I understand, Deputy Lawless, you're coming in now for 1 minute.
2 minutes, is it?
One.
Okay.
I understand.
Thank you, Chairman. Thank you, Minister. The CPO legislation does need to be upgraded and strengthened. I come straight from the front line, as it were, because I was a member of Kildare County Council up until about 3 months ago and dealt with this issue extensively. There seems to be a great reluctance, I would suggest, among local authorities also to actually engage the powers that are available to them. I have heard various reasons given as to, I've heard many reasons not to do it and very few reasons to do it. I think it needs to be done. The direct legislation, even as it is, even in its current form, there are powers for local authorities to get involved. Dublin City Council seems to have been better than others. It has actually expressed an intent in this regard. Other councils don't. I think they do need ministerial direction to move them towards that. Just another issue I want to raise in the same vein is the carrot and the stick. And if the stick is the CPO, the carrot is a rates incentive. I would suggest that the Department look at rates incentive, something again I brought through in Kildare County Council myself. But the response when I tabled it at the local authority level was that it could be sent to the Department, but in 30 years not a single rates suggestion sent to the Department had been approved by any local authority in the country. That doesn't sound like a great way of doing business. So I would call upon the Minister to examine rates incentives, to provide, I suppose, to encourage people to invest in these buildings, let people put accommodation into them and revitalise them.
Thank you, Deputy Lawless. Minister, you have 1 minute.
In fairness, both deputies have outlined what we're going to try and do here is look at a range of carrot and stick. I mean, you mentioned Kildare yourself. You're familiar with the Supreme Court decision there, and that also has an effect in any change we're looking at with the CPO legislation. It's a very complicated area. It involves a lot of statutes. It's not something that can be done in a week, but it's something we will look at. But you do raise an issue that was dear to my heart too. The city authorities, and certainly in Dublin, they have a lot more funding available to them, both in their own private capacity as well as other state schemes as well. So they are in a position to afford to use the legal system and to use the planning system in a greater extent compared to other authorities who are afraid to risk the money, because you have a choice. Do you fix the road, fix the footpath, or take on a CPO? And that's a choice local members have to make, because you can invest a lot of money that can go down the swan if it doesn't work out. That's the reluctance of local authorities, and we understand that too. So we have to find a way to either make legislation clearer, more black and white. You're in that business. It's very hard to design laws that way, but we have to try to achieve that. But also accept the fact that there's a funding issue here too for local authorities when they choose to spend money on legal cases. There's a risk on that money, and that's what we have to work on that too. But I think the carrot approach is something we're going to try and use to stimulate activity, because we all want to achieve this. There's nothing worse than driving through a town or village and seeing dereliction around you when that town should be thriving, and when also we need those buildings in use to provide accommodation.